Hey, you can't just call dibs. Stop! You can't get all willy-nilly with dibs. Dibs is the only thing that holds society together.
First Dibs question of the day brought to you by Trantolo and Trantolo, personal injury law firm. Keith and Scott, third generation Trantolos, bringing it to you for over 85 years in this state. Located in Hartford, Waterbury, Bridgeport, New Haven, Torrington. Just opened a couple new ones in Long Island, Riverhead, Belleville. Get a hold of the law offices, Trantolo and Trantolo. It's pretty simple. Dial 9-844, then 999-9999. It's Friday night. The rebirth of boxing or the death of boxing?
I think it's the death. I'd give you the rebirth for the two fights before, Tyson and Paul, but one was a split decision draw, and I don't know how in the hell that happened. That was between Abel Ramos, Mario Barrios, and I thought it was a great fight, but somebody's got to win, somebody's got to lose.
Right.
I mean, these judges, these officials, to me, set their own boxing commissions back 10 to 15 to 30 years. The female fight, Taylor versus Serrano, great fight. Horrible officiating all the way through. The person who everyone's scorecard in the building that was supposed to win was Serrano, and the judges felt different and gave it to Katie Taylor. So the two actual fights with actual fighters were hosed because of officiating and judges. The other fights were not boxing matches in the professional level. These were dudes that we gave boxing gloves to and pushed in the ring to... before Paul and Tyson was just to extend the program to last from 6 o'clock to midnight or 1 a.m. And the Paul Tyson fight was to get your butt to the door.
Right. The only Tyson I want to see ever fight again is Tyson Fury. I don't even want to see his brother Tommy fight. So Tommy confirmed right after this fight.
Oh, what, rematch?
No, he will be fighting UFC championship contender, not even champion, Darren Till in January. So, I mean, listen, the boxing world is terrible.
Yeah.
Not even the preliminary fights. Some of those people are legit, and they legit want to box. But this is just a farce and a show. And that's exactly what Jake Paul has intended from the, just washed up people that aren't going to fight back because I'm going to pay him so much money not to fight.
Names.
I mean, exactly. So I'm trying to, build up my credibility, but he's got no street cred. There's no legit boxer. Like, you wouldn't even think about stepping in the ring against Tyson Fury. Even if you said, Tyson, you can only fight me with one hand, Tyson Fury would kick this kid's ass. So I just think that's where we are with the boxing. Listen, I grew up, and in the 80s and 90s, all they talked about were these fights were fixed. This is the worst fixing of fights ever, right in your face. At least they were doing it behind the scenes, and there would be some legitimacy to the event. But these events are just a farce to take money out of your wallet, and I'll have none of it. It's just, to me, I think boxing should be on public TV. It should be on like ABC, like it used to be, or HBO or something like that if you have cable. But to have to pay for that joke of a fight, you got to be serious. That's crazy.
I'm more into the gimmicky stuff in the fighting world than I am in actual legit boxing anymore. I bring up all the time, you guys got to get into some car-jitsu. I mean, two guys that are trapped in a car together that are fighting MMA. Oh, you have to be buckled up to start, Dibs, and as soon as the horn blows, that's when you do your buckle. And if you don't do your buckle fast enough, you are getting choked out by your seatbelt.
You know what's even scarier is the slap fighting.
Slaps. That's on my list. Number one on my list.
I've seen so many knockouts in the slapping, the women and the men. It's because you're doing it all day. You are getting slapped upside the head all day. This is not like, the slap or kiss thing that I just watched on YouTube.
Yeah.
This is legit people that some of these heavyweights, man, they have just been destroyed. Their faces are destroyed after a day of slapping.
Now, Dana White bought slaps,
He
right?
has it,
He runs
yeah.
slaps. We'll see where
Best
slaps
slap
goes.
of the day probably gets you more money.
I would have been more interested in slaps on Friday night. I know that would have been
loved
legit.
to have Tyson and Paul
slaps.
slapping each other.
Slaps.
They
Ain't
should
no
have done
faking
that at the
slaps.
after party.
Well, he tried doing slaps at the weigh-in. Tried slaps, but that wasn't legit slaps. We know legit slaps when we see
That's
legit
right.
slaps. Phone booth boxing. Have you seen phone booth boxing yet? Two guys
There's
in a
nowhere
phone
to go.
Right, exactly. Nowhere to go. I think that's
Can't run away.
the moniker at the bottom of phone.
Nowhere to
go. Have you seen pillow fighting yet?
Oh, yeah.
Legit
Yeah.
pillow
I sent
fighting.
you some pillow
Yes.
fighting, especially the female pillow fighting. Kurt really likes that.
Dig that.
But there are women and men out there that are ranked in pillow fighting now. They have belts and they have weight classes and they have pillows that have built-in handles. Like the pillow fighting community has now developed product for actual.
You don't want to be swinging a pillowcase and have it come undone.
Right.
And then you're without a
Oh,
pillow,
God.
and then you're in trouble.
You're
Put a car
toast.
battery in
Right.
there.
Oh, God.
Well, see, I was gonna say, so the Sean Penn movie, I think, is Bad Boys, and they're in like a reformatory area, and these two guys are gonna go in there and rough him up. He puts about 6 full cans of Coke,
Oh, yeah.
inside of a pillow and
Classic.
pummels these guys. You want to do legit pillow fighting? Fight with Coke cans or Pepsi or whatever. I'm not trying to give away fights with soda cans.
Well, I'm
full
sure in
soda
the
cans and beer
sanctioned
cans in there.
bouts, they
Yes,
they
you're
check
right.
your pillow, probably.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Of
Check
course.
your pillow.
Pillow fighting is way more legit than
Guy's
what you
got
saw
a couple
Friday
of
night.
lead weights in there. He's been disqualified.
Now, Ashmi was telling me about monkey brawls. Monkey brawls on, you get on a monkey bar, you and 3 of your friends, and you hang from monkey bars as you fight each other. Now, this was a big thing in my elementary school. I don't know if you guys had this as well. Frowned upon by the recess teacher, but we always did some monkey brawls.
Well, okay, you want to make that more interesting, have like maybe a flame or a fire underneath them.
Ooh,
or
pit of death.
A bottomless pit, or
of death.
nails or something, or some broken glass.
You always
Now,
want
I'm
to
not-
bring death into it.
Not death, just harm.
More pain.
Injury, maiming.
More pain. I did.
Doberman?
I'm not letting go. Yeah, a bunch of angry, hungry Dobermans.
I did introduce
Alligators,
you guys.
crocodiles.
You guys just witnessed some Japanese Rochambeau, which could be the most intense of all fighting.
Rocks, paper, scissors,
They,
baby.
they take that so serious there in Japan,
Rocks, paper,
and
scissors.
there is no
For the
faking.
win.
There is no faking. And we'll watch that on Friday
How about
night.
thumb wrestling?
If it's legit, and I know we're strapped in, and that would have been a better watch than Friday night's Paul
All right,
Tyson.
I'm interested in this. I'd love to go back and find out who I had in some of these. Who we had.
Kurt's
We're gonna
beautiful.
come out and tell you exactly who we picked on Friday, to make sure that we look bad. We'll be right back.